Hello, hello, we're back. 10 a.m. What a crazy, crazy morning already. Um, Guys, this is a paper trade. I couldn't get out. I couldn't get out of it, so I'm just waiting. I haven't entered on my account at all. Just trying to get out of this one. It doesn't let me, but I still think we have room to the upside. Pam 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 pam. I took a very, very small trade on the way up to the in the opening range gap on my account, very, very, very quickly. And then I got out, and then I just waited until 10 o'clock. So I just want to see what price is doing now. Um, I thought we might aim a little bit higher, to be honest. This is just a paper trade, guys. Paper trade is not working properly, so that's why you see I've tried to get more in. There we go. I haven't entered on any other on my account. I just wanted more confirmation to the upside. There we go. Well, this is I have my TP all the way up here. I wouldn't be surprised if we go all the way back up. So I might enter on my, it's 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. At least we're going into the wick, I think. Just want to get rid of a few. See, paper trading is not working. So it's not working at all. This one I'm very hesitant because I've attached my live account to this one. I'm very hesitant to trade. It just can't seem to. Why are you not taking anyone off? Well, anyway, this is my TP here. Let's see. It doesn't let me sell anything. See, baby. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. I hate that when they do that during market hours because it's important. I want to trade. Okay. Now, why am I bullish? Why am I bullish? Why am I bullish? Why am I bullish? I am bearish long term, but we created this 830 high, right? This is the news. What is the news high? Where is the news high? Oh, so many things happened already. It's crazy. Let's go to the 15. We did not take out yesterday's or today's Asia. You see that? We just wicked here. We did not do anything. We did not do much in the opening range gap as well. Now, obviously, it can still go down. But I wonder if this is the Judas, this candle here, that we still might go up. That it just goes into this range here, maybe one leg lower, and still make its way up. Let's see. I can't get out. It's a paper trade. I can't get out of my paper trade. So I wanted to get out already sooner, but I can't. We open at 10. We have a little bit of manipulation to the downside. We are at a specific level here. This almost looks like engineered liquidity, just like the manipulation to the downside to go back up, because it left so many things. Did not do so many. 10 or 7. Pum 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 pum. Everybody's gonna think short now. Everybody's gonna think short. I'm gonna go to the 1 hour on this one. I just need to have some more data. We wicked here. We did not take Asia high. We just created an equal. We went down. We took out this low, the 8 o'clock low. So we took out the low, the news low. Well, news low was 8:30, obviously, but we're gonna go one leg lower, or not? Are we just gonna go? You know, we had one of these situation last week as well. We went straight back up. I don't know if you can remember that. It was sort of similar situation. We are below this area here. Pum 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 pum. Mm, 10:10 right now. I still want to get out of this. I will never. Yeah. I would never go on with 5 micro minis, guys. It would be just one if I would be in, but I can't do anything. It's in maintenance. So, and I was just trying because it didn't work. So it looks like I'm in with 5, but I'm not. I would never do that. I can't get out. So, yeah, and I'm just waiting for more data. I think maybe I'll enter around 10:30 on my live. I just want to see what price is doing. If it's going to be bullish, I don't want to enter before 10:30, I think. Maybe even the 10:15 macro. By then, I'll have enough information. We have a weekly, obviously the weekly wick, looking at the weekly wick. If we go lower, I want to really see what we're going to do at 458. So here, if we do make a leg lower, let's see, I measured the whole wick. We really responded last week at the 50% of that wick. So let's see, we get a reaction at the quarter level as well. We did get a reaction at the 33% today as well. So let's see if anything happens here. And once it starts going, I guess then we're going for the lows, right? Or maybe we'll stop a few times because we've got another wick. Oh, I'll move this one here. See, it doesn't stop me out. You see that? The paper trade doesn't work at all. It sucks. It's so horrible when it happens. I hate that because it gives such a wrong impression as well. Now let's see. I really want to see once we start, if we do go further down, what are the levels that we're going to use? We're going further down. I'm still not convinced. I'm not convinced. But did we touch 25%? Let's see. Where are we going? Is this the low or are we going lower? Um, 10:14. So tomorrow is FOMC as well, right? Remember. What are we doing on the daily? How does the daily look? I'm really not. I would really not be surprised if we do make a leg up, go back up to pull everyone. I'm just not convinced of the short. I know it looks very bearish. It's very difficult not to be bearish because that's why I'm looking at all these levels. So, okay, what did we touch? Did we? I don't know if we really touched this level here. 4, 5, 6. It would be nice if it just one taps into it, but and then what was I looking at? I can't remember. I'm not in any of my live accounts or anything on my live account, not at all. I took a very short trade during the open all the way into the what was it? This move into the opening range gap, and then I just got out because I thought, okay, it could go higher here. It was so strong, and then I thought, okay, I'm just gonna wait until what price is going to do. And then it went all the way, and then I thought, oh, okay, we're very bullish. Maybe we resist on the. I thought maybe we're going to have some consolidation here. Then we go further up, but it just went down. Okay, that's. And it left. It didn't even take Asia high, so that's for me like really weird. Like it did not. I'm going to show you again, guys. That's why I'm still bullish. It just the wick just went to here, and it didn't even touch another midnight, and it left just too many things for me behind. I'm like, that's weird. I'm not convinced yet. Okay, now I'm getting interested. Like I said, I'm not convinced of the short. But I also don't feel confident enough just to enter on my live account. I'm just being honest. This is my TP. I just wonder if we could go there today. Pum, 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 pum. 10:16. I also don't know why my screen is green. I don't know. I think this is with a trade. I haven't entered anything. Still waiting. I don't want to enter before 10:30. I really want price to go above this older fair value gap that I'm using, because I think this one is significant. If it goes over this one, I might be interested in the continue because I wouldn't be surprised if we go all the way back up. Let's see. Could be wrong. Could be totally wrong. I think this is the Judas. $10.17. $10.17. If we go up here, we go back into, oh, look at that, we go back into this level here, into the wick, and oh shit, I'm missing my entry, am I? Oh, so I'm not convinced about the short. I want to see the daily. There's enough room to the upside to enter. I just really want more confirmation. I really want to see if we're gonna blast through midnight and 4 o'clock before I enter. I really. Oh, okay, it took me out. Oh, that's weird. Now it's working. Um, Damn, it is really going up. I'm really okay. I've got confirmation. We go. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see. $10.19. Shit, so we're going. It's just going up now. Guys. You know my TP is here 850. 1020. 1020. If this can go up here, I'm going to use the 4 o'clock as my. I've got a breaker here. Okay, let's see if we can get a proper retest. Breaker. 50%. Let's see. Let's. I mean, if it just runs, it's hard to enter because it's really weird price action. I just don't want to be catching a falling knife, so I might rather miss it than take it. But if it retests this, I'll get on. But also just a retest here, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the 30 seconds now. Some more data. Who's bullish? Are you guys with me? Are you bullish as well? I know it's not a lot of people here, but you know, tomorrow's FOMC, so I'm just wondering, like, if there's enough room to go to the downside tomorrow, right? So, we've got more news coming. Okay. Oh, F you. Can't do it. I have to do on my. I'm entering on my other account then. Hey Jay, um, how are you doing? Well, I'm actually bullish today. But I just want to have confirmation, I guess, a little bit. I entered here already, and then I couldn't get out, and then it still went up. That's 1023. I still like it. How is this possible? Yeah, I don't want to. I haven't entered on my account yet, but I'm really close to enter. I wonder if this is the range for the AM session that we made the low, like we did in London, exactly the same. I'm just wondering if the low is in. It feels very trappy, right? It feels very trappy. But look, this looks like engineered liquidity. We didn't take out Asia high. We just created an equal high. Um, we're in a breaker now. I'm going to go a little bit higher. See, we didn't take Asia. We left Asia. Why would we leave Asia? Um, yeah, I really like it. I'm going to take a risk on a small. I'm really bullish, but I can I do one micro? I'm just not sure. 1024, 1024, 1024. No, just wait. Tomorrow's FOMC. I love FOMC in the afternoon, so I'm okay to wait and not take a trade. I already made a little bit of money on that trade to the upside, but I'm still I'm thinking of taking a very small risk from getting in here and having a still 20 points on a micro. The moves are big. I mean, they're very fast, so it's hard. I don't want to have more than 5 points currently. I just really want to find a trade that gives me less than max 10 points. That's it. That's what I want to risk right now. If not, if I can't find it, I'm not going to take it. So we left equal highs again at 639-ish, 640-ish. Very trappy, right? I only saw the sell on the 3-minute IFUG. I'll show you. I'll show you. I used the opening range gap, obviously, and there was another a fair value gap of importance. Let me show you. Go to the 1 minute. 1 minute. This was the opening range gap here. Plus, did we not also go into that? Hold on. Yeah. So this was the trade. So we opened up here, 931. So this is the opening range gap here, from here to here, right? And this is a fair value gap of significance as well that I marked. So we went over it, then we went back into, we retested here, and I entered on this candle just into the opening range gap. I just played the opening range gap. That's it. That's the only trade I took, and then I got out because I thought, okay, how far are we going higher? And then I actually thought I was bullish. I was actually bullish up to here, but then we started going back here, and I'm still not convinced of the bearishness, guys. I'm still not. I wouldn't be surprised, and I know it doesn't look like it at all. I wouldn't be surprised if we go back here. Maybe we go one leg lower, but we left Asia high. Look what we did. Or we go back to it tomorrow or later. Look, this week we didn't even take Asia high. We just created a triple high. I had some other confluences here as well. We really and for me this feels like engineered liquidity. I mean, it doesn't feel normal. It just feels very I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels weird, right? So yeah, and I actually thought, okay, we're going to sell off and we might hang out in the opening range, but we just went all the way through it, and then we are here in the low. We're in a weekly wick. We're almost at the 25% of the weekly wick, and we're not going lower at the moment. We tapped into it, so either we just stay here for a while, but did you guys notice that we didn't take Asia? That we wicked, like we created equal? But yeah, you would think we're going to get this distribution to the downside, right? It looks like it. But I'm just going to let it go. I don't trust it too much to take it. I don't want to. These are always tricky areas. If you have another low with a large wick, we've got monthly S&T here as well. Look, equal highs here as well. I don't know. Something is really off for me. I cannot take this short at the moment. I'll have to let it go. We're in a breaker. Yeah, well, not really, because we have business up here to do. And, the flush lower we can do easily with the FOMC, right? If we have another news candle, we can just bring it down at once. You don't really need to, it's just it tapped into a quarter percentage of the weekly wick again. But it looks bearish, right? You would say, but I wonder if the range is in. This is the range for the AM session. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let it go down. Let it do whatever it wants to do. I just don't want to be caught on the wrong side now. You see, these are equal, right? Look here. These are equal. These are not. This is lower than this one. Now, obviously, it can take it out, right? But a lot of the times, these are more the ones that are in play. The ones that are. This one is lower or equal, right? So it taps into 10 o'clock. I don't trust it at all, the short. I do not trust it at all. Um, 10:31, 10:31, 10:31. Half a minute. Okay, we're below 10%, 10 o'clock. 10:32. And if we go lower, are we really going low? Or are we just going to go into this wick one more, just a little tap? Look, because it actually did not touch the 25%. It could just touch a little bit lower and then just take it out just with a sweep. Let's hear this level here. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens at 4:58. There's no follow through, right? So weird. 10:34. Hello, Dolly. Okay, you're not a valid breaker anymore. It's so trappy. Ooh. Eee. Yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Okay, 10:35. See, it hit the 1/4% of this weekly wick here, so we are at an important level of that wick. So I don't trust it at all in this area. Um, weekly is bearish. So what if we have a Tuesday high, right? Did we have a Tuesday high? Then we can get the flush tomorrow maybe, and then go to the day. What did we have? We did not have a Tuesday high. Oh, of course. No, we had a Monday was a bank holiday, right? So I'm confused. What day is it today, guys? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday today? Guys, I'm so confused. I thought it was Wednesday. I'm thinking, do we have a Tuesday? It's because we had a bank holiday yesterday. Oh my God, it's Tuesday today. We are forming. Okay, so we don't have any Monday. So technically today it's a holiday. So today is the first day. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I'm still there. I'm still bullish for the session. Mm. 1037. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the 1050 macro. I just want a little bit more information. I really want to see this inversion. What are you gonna do here? Let's see if price can. Or not. Um, let's do that. 4 hour. 1 hour. It's so horrible. It's so slow. Just get it over with. Do what you want to do. No text. You don't need anything. I would hate it if they made that beautiful move to Asia in Asia because it's so clean now. It's leaving beautiful algorithmic signatures, equal highs, equals Asia high not taken. Just wicked, just create a triple equal high there. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I want to see it go into the IFEG. How many points? 500, so that's 300 points to the upside. Yeah, this is not really tradable, right? I mean, it's not really, you don't want to be, it's not really interesting to trade this. I'm not touching my Edge Clear account now as well. I really want to have a good trade. I took a that small trade into the opening range gap, but if I trade my own account, I really have to have an A plus setup. I have to be able to have a really, really good risk reward. I have to see it clearly. I also noticed something else on the 15 minutes. Look on the 15-minute, the opening range gap. This is the opening range gap. We only went into half of it. So we left half of it open. Now, obviously, that can be bearish, right? We don't need to. Is it half, actually? Let me just see. Yeah, this is it. So this is the midpoint. So on the lower time frame, it looks like it's balanced, but it's not on the. So there's definitely points of interest up here. I've got a lot of interest now here in this area and higher. This wick here with Asia high equals. That might not be today. Maybe, hopefully in London or maybe even today. Let's see if we still get there this afternoon. Maybe in this lunch or maybe PM session. Three. What do we see? Do we see anything? Equal lows here on the 1 hour at 425, which is also the bottom of a old opening range gap. So we still have to go there as well. We still haven't filled this one properly. The green box is an old opening range gap. So we've just been working our way through this. This seems to be balanced now on the 1 hour. Let's check the 4 hour. 4 hour is still like some sell side, buy side, I mean. 425. 425. What do I feel? 421. I like that. So that will be the next level. But it just doesn't want to go to the next level here. Look, it respects this quarter percentage of the wick. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still bullish. Okay, let's see. If we go over this one and we have a closure, I might enter on my Edge Clear account. Why? Because we hit the 25% level of the weekly wick. We left equal highs at many places on the way down, and we left Asia. No, yeah, you're right. Hey Jay, this is not worth to use your mental capital, right? You're totally right. I'm just giving it to the 1050 1110 macro. I actually do want to put a paper trade on. Let's see if it works. Okay, there. Oh, it works. Okay, good. I'm going to use the stop loss of the IFUG, and again, I'm going to put in my TP. You guys know where my TP is. It's right over here. It's a bit higher than. Okay, let's see. If I get a closure, I will enter on my Edge Clear account as well. I really want a better. Equal highs here, and then this is my GP. Hold on. Hey, it's just Haney. How's it going? Hey, I'm bullish again, as you can see, but I haven't entered on my Edge Clear account yet. I'm still waiting. I'm just in the paper trade. How are you doing? It's just Haney. You know, we didn't take Asia. Have you seen that? I'm sure you noticed. Look what we did. We created the wick. We created a triple Asia high. We left on the 15-minute. Equal highs everywhere. Equals. I think this is just engineered liquidity to take this up higher. What do you think? We went into 25% of the weekly wick, or 75%, and we're just reacting of it. So it's not ready to go to make the full move to the downside yet. I think maybe they might even wait for that for tomorrow, FOMC. No, let's see. Let's see if it's follow through. We're just gonna chop in this area, could be. But we went into the inversion here. I like it. I like it. I still don't trust. I don't trust it to the up and to the downside. It's hard to trade. $10.50. Let's see what the macro is doing. Are we respecting the IFUG? Is it now a bullish? Does it give us bullish structure? Confirmation to the bullish structure, I should say. Or is it going to disrespect it again and go straight to it? Oh. Okay, I entered. Okay, there's no follow through to the upside and to the downside. So let's see, what are you doing? You see, we're in the macro and it still doesn't move in the way it's just supposed to move, right? Okay, let's go. Start pushing. Pum, 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 pum. I think they will take out these equal highs here at what is it? 639-ish. But I wonder how if it will go much higher. 1057. It's untradeable, guys. I hate it. I don't like it at all. After this, I think after this macro, I don't think I want to engage anymore with this market. It's really annoying. There's no follow through, right? Mm. There we go. 10:59. One of my TP is all the way here. It can be hit. Might take all day. I mean, this really looks like engineered liquidity to me. I think the low is in for the AM session for sure. I mean, it's already 11, right? So now one could argue we also have sort of like equal lows here, and we also have some business down here, but we hit that 25% of that weekly wick. And, you know, on the way down, it takes time, you know, going through a large weekly wick. And I think, I was wondering if they, you know, they didn't take Asia high just now, and they might leave then tomorrow for FOMC. We're going to get a nice flush then maybe. I don't know. It's just too easy now to give it to us now already, right? But hey, the way up is horrible. I mean, I'm not going to enter on my account anymore. I just want to see how far. I do like this area, 850, 621. I think once we are going over this level here, I mean, then we're good to go, right? Because we've got a nice breaker here. It might take all day to go there, but if it goes there. Yeah, it's moving very slow, but I do. It's very slow, but it's going. It is going. But you know, if the yeah, I mean, I've been trying this already since for a while. But if the macro is moving so slow, I'm very hesitant to really enter on my live account. Now it's going. But it's good to know. You know, next time I'll be more confident if I see and I have the same analysis. I'm like, okay, you know what? Now I can trust it better because my analysis is correct, I think. The levels have been working. It's just time. It just took more time, and you know, you get more confident if you know, you Google it. Hey, let's Google my trade. Hey, what are you doing, Dolly? She just oh shit! I have to be careful with my papers. She just loves tearing up my paper. Is it your bag or what? Are you? Okay, it's okay. If I put down my something and I make a note, then she just tears it up. She just like goes nuts. So now I don't have the confidence to enter on my live account, but next time, you know, if I okay, you know, I've said it, but maybe because I've journaled it, but I haven't traded it as much, and the more times you see it and you go over your, you know, okay, oh, it left, it didn't take out Asia high, some other confluences as well that I was looking at, and even though it looked bullish, bearish here, but you know, it hit the 25% of that weekly wick, which is a very, you know, and it already reacted at the 75 or the first 25%. It reacted very heavily at the 50% of the wick. So if you already know that the weekly wick or a specific range is respecting the quadrants or some specific or either OTE level, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You can sort of trust it. But now the only thing I'm like, okay, on the 1 hour we got a large wick as well here. So the question is, are we going to go reject here or are we going to push through it? So I'm just going to watch now. I mean, I could have been happy with this trade already. 400 is 100 points, right? from here where I entered. So, I mean, not bad on a day like this, but too slow. I mean, for me, to my liking, it's not what I like to be in. But this movement in the 10:50 to 11:10 macro, at least we got some movement here. Now the question is, are we going to get continuation or? Now we took out these equal highs, right? Now we're in the wick. We're at the 50% and at a 50% of a higher level as well. And the inversion here was for me also like the confirmation that I needed. So what do you do here? Is it, what can you do here? It's like, okay, IFUG, not really, it's just too vague for me, this area. So this was good enough for me. From here to here, how many points? And then 108 points. Okay, well, not bad. I mean, that could be the trade and then be done. It's good enough. And then you're out. You go for the equal highs here, and you're done. You don't have to sit this through. Well, I think it's still going higher, but I think it's going to go for the Asia high that we didn't. What time is it? 11:05. It is a totally different. I don't know. It's just Haney. I know you are uh, maybe more experienced with that, but also being in these slow trades is also something I really want to get more comfortable with. Just being okay with a smaller move, a slower move. You know what I mean? So if you have you get in at a good position and then you just submit to time, but you still have your confidence on the trade. It's also something that I want to, I'm so, you're spoiled when you say, okay, I just want the 100 points in one macro because they are there, right? But in markets like this lately, we haven't had that. So, well, this is about over 250 points. If my target will be hit, that will be over 250 points. I had a similar setup for a reversal backup. Yeah, well, guys, I've been saying it from the start, right? After 10 o'clock, I said, I'm not convinced of the short. I'm not convinced of the short. And I tried to paper trade. I took a few micros on my account and then it didn't move. And then I just made a little bit of money, but I don't feel confident. I just don't have the confidence this week. I'm just going to wait for FOMC. I love FOMC. Tomorrow we'll get a good move and then, and it moves fast. So I just want to see if my trade, if it works out, if my analysis is correct, and and next time I'll take it on my account, and then I'll take it all the way as far as I think it will go. This is for me also just what can I say? Growth, yeah, growth. Um, 11:08. Submit to time and be patient for longer trades. Yeah, it's a very nice long. It's just a paper trade. I'm not on my live account. I did not. I took a little, just a few stabs on my live account. I'm up $100 or something. But this would have been 250 points. I mean, this is a nice trade if it goes up there. So my idea was here that okay, the weekly, the range, the AM session range is in. We're not going to go any lower. Now we did go a little bit low, but not a lot. It just tapped into. You see, we went a little bit lower than this 25. We just wicked into it. It's very tiny wick. So that calculation was correct. I'm happy that the range. So I'm quite. Yeah, I'm still convinced of this level. We'll see. I mean, nice grinds. Where was the entry? The entry was right over. I used the IFUG here, Jay. So I wasn't. Even though I said we're going higher, I just couldn't find an entry here. I just didn't know where to enter. And I was struggling with that. Then I marked this IFUG and I said, well, if we go over this one, I want to enter and use the IFUG as my stop loss. But because it's such a big trade, I would allow myself a little bit more. I always say max 40 points, right? But now I would most likely bring it to break even and even into profit. But I used for here. I used the IFUG. That was the only thing that I really could. That was the only thing I could find. If you guys have a better one, let me know, because you know that's yeah, you know, I saw this breaker as well, but that would have given me the same entry, right? Because you have the breaker here, you would put it below, so the IFUG breaker would have given me the same amount of points, R to R. Let me see if this works out. You know, it's also, I mean, I need this also to get my confidence a little bit back in trading, to be honest. Last 2 weeks, I just didn't feel it. And this would be a 6.5 R trade if it works out. Not bad, not bad. Now, the macro is done. So what is going to happen? We're going to go back into the range, right? We're going to go. So what should I do now? Should I take it or should I leave it and have confidence in the trade? This is where I struggle with larger moves. You know, then I either move my stop loss, and because obviously macro is done, we are in a fair value gap. A lot of the times, well, maybe now we spike up, but a lot of the times it either consolidates or it goes back into the range, into a fair value gap, and it takes another, you know, maybe to lunch or it's done, right? Who knows? It's just done, the move. I don't think so because we left Asia high. We left Asia high here. Look, we wicked. Boom. Bastards. Asia. What a beautiful, look at this candle. Oh, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Don't don't we love it to see these candles? I mean, it just gives us a better. Now am I upset that I'm missing out on 250 points? A little bit, but it's okay. I mean, I just need to get back into the groove. I haven't had long, in all honesty, I haven't had a large distribution move, I think, for a long time. I think it's a couple, maybe even a month or so. So I really need to feel the confidence again, and so I'm okay. I've been out of it, out of touch. Out of touch. Okay, now what are we doing now? We're at the end of the macro. See, this is where so if I would take it here, how many points would this be? 780, 862 points, ticks. But the logic is it's going to take Asia high, right? So I'm going to stay in it. I'm just going to keep it going. Normally with a micro, if you have 2 or 3 micros, you're ready to take everything off and you have one runner. Obviously, you don't want to be in one contract and then you let everything run down. Yeah, and there were more things. It wasn't only Asia high. There were more things. Also, look here. If you look at the opening range gap, you would think it's balanced, right? If everybody would think, oh, it's balanced, but if you look at the 15-minute, it's a totally different picture. You see? Look at the 15. Is it balanced at all? No, it was just a wick on the 15-minute. So that was also one of my confluences as well that I noticed. So I thought, okay, you know what? We still need a body to go through this. So it was a combination of multiple things, and how it also we had a similar situation last week, that we created one of those wicks and we went straight back up into it. And I thought, okay, the week, this is the range for today. We cannot go. The range is already extended, and we hit the 25% of the weekly wick, and we sort of like kept on hanging around it. So I thought, okay, we're gonna make the move back up at some point. But I don't know. It was just not. I many times I thought, no, it's not gonna do it now. It might do it a different time. But now I'm. See here, this wick here, boom, exactly Asia high, equal triple high, and I believe we're going to go back to this fair value gap, which will give me over 250 points on this trade. Not on live. I didn't take it. I did not take it. I did not take it. Just a little bit. But I will soon. We bounced at the weekly busy. Yeah. A weekly busy. The only thing that I see on the weekly was a wick. Oh, you're looking at this one here. Yeah. Well, more important is if you use this wick here, these levels of these wick, they give you the exact level as well. And yeah, I think that I made a mistake there because I said quarter percentage, and it was actually of this wick. It wasn't the large wick. I'm sorry. That's a mistake that I made. Hold on. Let me just correct that. I just realized. Thank you, Jay, because I realized that I actually said that wrong. Let me just quickly. Oh, it's also okay. It's a quarter percent of the weekly wick, but also a quarter percent of this wick. So 2 times. Yeah, okay, I got you. And obviously also that busy that you mentioned. So So you see here exactly, and we also bounced exactly of 50%. We also bound of 25%. So. Ooh, my stomach is telling me that I'm hungry. Look at that beautiful candle. Oh, this gets me excited again, guys. This gets me excited. Mm. So if I would have been in my my Edge Clear account on a micro, um, let me calculate that. Just one micro. You start with a small account, right? So you have, let's say you don't want to use too much. You just have one. You start with $1,000, and then that gives you just the what is this? You just start with one micro. So 250 times two. That's five. This is a 500. Well, if it works out, actually it's more. Hold on. Let me see. 1198 divided by four. It's 300 points. So it's $600. I'm a distribution trader, and today was not clear to me. Oh, Nathan. Well, I'm a distribution trader too, and I have been struggling a lot lately. And today was the first day that I feel it, and but I have been so I don't want to say traumatized, but today I felt very confident in this trade, but I didn't feel like I wanted to. My live account, I did not put the trade on, so this is just a pure paper trade. I really need to get back into the groove and feeling it, but I used, for me, there were a couple of things. Now the question is it going to reach my goal? Um, but number one reason was that I do believe that this was the New York AM session, the max range that we could get, and we got into 25% of the weekly wick, calculated on many ways. So, and we got many reactions already at exactly 50%, 75%. So this 25%, or let's say 75%, because it's the bottom. I expected a reaction here, but I wasn't sure because it was just. So that's why I was sort of like, So then I waited for this inversion, and then we went over it, and then I thought, okay, now I feel confident, and then I entered. But why am I? What also made me think, because we look at the wick here, we just stepped into Asia high, we didn't take Asia high, so that was very trappy to me. I thought, okay, that down move was a Judas, and also we had equal highs at a specific time. This one here, those two made me also think, you know what, we're gonna go back to take these highs. So it left a lot of signatures, and the only thing that I really needed to, otherwise I would have entered lower here, but I got a little bit like insecure about it. I went, yeah, but and I did say it many times, we're going higher, but I just felt like, yeah, but look at the candles, it looks so. And then the moment we stopped moving and we created this here inversion, then I got my um, and also we have tomorrow we have well, it was a clean Judas because of the wick, because of Asia. It was actually two manipulations, right? We had Asia. The moment it did not take out that wick, this wick that created the equal or the triple high with Asia, and then we had to move down. I thought, okay, we're not done to them. This is going to be the fake move. Um, so for me, it was clear, and also if you look at the higher time frame, look at the opening range gap, how it did not do anything here. It just filled just a little bit. It just went back, and then I thought, you know what? Now I could leave it here. It could, but there were too many things that like, no, we're going back. We're going back. So let's see. I've got these, and I think 702 might be. We still have this one here or a flat bottom. Yeah, no, I just hope it reaches my level. Then all my calculations have been correct. Then I'm really happy. Even though I haven't capitalized on it on my live account, I need to get my confidence back to get into these trades. You know, I'm a distribution. Hey, I'm with you, Nathan. I'm with you. And I've been struggling as a distribution trader as well. I mean, it's been really, really hard, especially if you use AMD. Now, I agree with you, AMD, but I've been using other things that I'm looking at, but, you know, and then just things because I don't know if you do London, but because of London session as well, we had so much information already. It really helped me today as well. So, but yeah, let's keep it on. Let's see. Also for me as a distribution trader, I'm also like trailing my stock too fast if it takes too long. So, you know, you can expect to move to the downside at some point, right? You don't want to be stopped out. Now, normally, even micro, I would have taken off my one. Well, you know, when you start $1,000 account, you don't have the option yet to do two micro, so you have to leave it. Then I think I would take it off here. Take enough, right? Because then it's almost 1,000 points, 1,000 ticks or 250 points, which is $500 on a micro account. So the point is that I just want to. So what I gathered from London was also we didn't take Asia high. We left these highs here. So London and the London did the same. Also, what London did was it created the low at 0.30ish, and I was wondering like, okay, are we? You know, it did not really. It wasn't convincingly taking out lows, and I thought a lot of the times we don't get a, well, we're not going to get a continuation, but let's see, what can we see? London, so London went actually into the Asia range, and now we are taking out Asia. So we're sort of like, it was a, how can you say this? We went into a fair value gap in London here, then we went lower, and now we are taking out this. London just prepared us. But let's see. I mean, I'm also still curious to see. Yeah, hey, listen, it's all for studying purposes, and how much can we squeeze out of our out of a move, right? I mean, but this is an awesome move if it works out. But listen, we still haven't taken Asia high. We still have not taken Asia high. But we are at the daily weekly open, so I expect us to go down a little bit. I'm leaving the trade on as it is. Now I think in real life, if my trade would be on, I would just take profit here. I would not, especially when I'm up this much, and I have only one micro. So because I'm going to show, I want to really showcase the micro, the small account thing. I would just take it here and be content. But for educational purposes, we're just going to keep it on. And especially being such a long trade, right? So what time did I enter? I entered around 10:51, 11:51, 10:51, 11. Okay, let's say it's going to be 1 hour. Okay, it's not really that long actually. I don't know why I'm complaining about that. It's not really that long for 300 points, right? An hour. I mean, now what time, if we do go higher, what time will it take it out? Will it do it in the next macro? But yeah, for me, I mean, Nathan as well, you know, it was quite a large stop that it was also a larger stop than I would normally take, because I was using this one here, right? And even if I would use this breaker, it would give me equally, a similar stop. So it was a little bit larger than I don't want to go over 40 points, but this would have been a little bit over that. Mm, I didn't see an entry here though. But as a distribution trader, what you normally want to do, we can go over it. Let's go over the 4 hour. I mean, let's go over the 4 hour. What I normally try to do, I'll journal it as well. This is the distribution candle, right? So you want to get in, like when I would say, okay, we tap into 25% here of that weekly wick, I should have gotten in before we got back to the open price. So that means this would have been my area where I would have gotten in. But it was so hard to read because it didn't, you know, it was just very, it looked like it could slam down any time, right? So that was really hard. But that is actually where you want to position yourself in as a distribution trader when you expect movement to the upside. Um, so you want to position yourself before the open, below the open price. So even though here it opens up, you let it go up, and then the moment it goes down and you get closer to that 10-15 macro, you want to position yourself somewhere here. Now, then you don't have, your stop is quite small, right? You are below your, that would give me my 40 points, my maximum. It's still a big area. It looks very small, right? So here, 31 points. So let's say you get in here, then it's just 15 points. And then you trust the level here, and but that's how I normally trade. But then I have to have a clear AMD. So you want to see accumulation and then a manipulation move. But the manipulation move was really weird. It wasn't really a normal AMD that we have. So I have to agree with that on with Nathan. I'll have to go to the bathroom very. I'll be right back, and I need to put on some lights. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I don't hope he's gonna stop me out because that will be a bummer. Even though, um, then Asia's still in play, guy. Later. Ha 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 ha. Come back. Well, we can expect this, right? We had a daily open, weekly open. It's 11:34. This is the only hard part if you trade the larger moves. And okay, if you like, are you willing to wait another hour, for example, for just this little area, right? It's 50 points. Are you willing to do that? If it's a runner, it's fine, but you don't want to. If you don't have a runner, you take your profit and you just run and you count your money. You'll be happy. Um, pum, 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 pum. Okay, we're going. I want a body closure above this fair value gap as well. This one was London's, I believe London's. I have to check again. Oh, Monday. It was Monday's. A Monday. No. Just a beautiful, beautiful. The only thing that I'm worried about a little bit is if you look at these candles here. Uh, 1, 2, 3. Are we? Okay, I'm aiming for to take them out, but I wonder. Let's see. It still looks bullish though. Otherwise, I have to reassess a little bit. So I wonder if they're going to leave it for another time. But let's see. But you see now what they're doing. It's also it's really weird with this for opening range. I'm always looking at opening range gaps and end walks and what is balanced, what is not balanced. Like we have sell side, a buy side here. Now again, we just have a wick here. But it looks like we're going to continue higher, right? This is a weird structure. It's so weird, NQ. What are you doing today? You're so weird. Um, but still looks bullish. I need my N walks. I need my N walks back. Here we go. Yeah. We don't have any bodies going. No buy side here, so we need some buy side and closure above this. So I'm anticipating or hoping that this 4-hour candle will give us that body closure to balance out this end walk as well. Let's see, because we lack buy side in this end walk. So let's give it. So another confluence that we can use. Let's see on the 1 hour. The 1 hour is done, but the 4 hour, we need a 4-hour body closure. So that means the 4-hour, that means I want the 4-hour to close above this level here. Now it doesn't have to do it. It could also do it in the next, so that's always, because we still have 2 more hours, 2.5 hours to go. It could do it in the next 4-hour candle. Let's see. It still looks bullish though. It still looks like we're going up. Welcome to the family, Mushtaq. Nasdaq, if I say that correctly. Welcome. Welcome to the crazy world of alcoholics. Look how beautiful. I mean, this just gets me very excited to see these larger. I mean, it's been so long ago that I feel like these large distribution candles just make me so happy. I'm such a nerd. Mushtakali, hello, hello. If I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Sometimes it's you read them wrong or something, and it's just like, oh shit, that's really stupid of me to read it that way. And then you say, oh, it's a normal word. Even the morning move wasn't a clean Judas move. Let's see if we can get that finally, this push over Asia finally in the next macro. I hope so. Hey, Fox Surfer, yes, yes, yes. Hey, and with a killer paper trade. I haven't done a New York session for a long time, but you know the markets were really. I mean, it wasn't. We're having that discussion today, as a matter of fact, as well. Like as a distribution trader, it hasn't been easy for we're in higher time and consolidation, so harder to read the AMD, and it was really tough for my trading style, to be honest. So this is the first day again that I see a really over 100-point move and frame it correctly. Now the only thing is that normally I would have taken it off already here, but we're just gonna watch if it's gonna take this to this level. And also Fox Server, I'm also doing my Edge Clear live account challenge. Starting a small account with only micros, just just to show people. If you trade prop firms, I love prop firms, don't get me wrong, but we all know what's going on, right? And you don't want to. I think it's wise to, if you make profits, to save some and to put it in your own account. So, but I don't have the confidence today after last few weeks. Like I would rather have a few really good paper trades. Like, okay, I'm reading it correctly. I really have the, get in and then take these moves. On my account. Just with one micro, you have 300 points, or let's say 250, and one micro, if you have one micro, it's $500. One trade. It's a nice day, right? And not even FOMC yet. Tomorrow's FOMC. I better get ready. I'll do an afternoon session with FOMC. I love FOMC. That is always very nice. I like it. I hope it's going to be a good session again, which gives us a good opportunity. But actually, I'm not on the late shift. I'm actually on the. I started at 10 a.m. It was just the AM shift. But who knows? I mean, if it doesn't give the thing is, once you're in a trade like this, and it's going to take a while, I might be here for the late shift as well. And that was always the case, right? When I did these streams, I never stick to 2 hours or something. It's always more. If the market gives it, and why not? We actually said, remember. No, it's not the FOMC minutes. It's the FOMC itself. It shouldn't be the minutes. Is it FOMC minutes? Because minutes are not interesting. I think we didn't have FOMC yet. Did we have FOMC already this month? Or is it the minutes? Because the minutes are not that interesting. I thought I saw FOMC minutes, but I was like, did we have FOMC already? Because that's a big difference. Yes, minutes are just 80%. They don't give such a strong move as the normal FOMC. I thought it was. Are we in the second week of the month? Let me check, because the minutes are not that interesting. Oh, I'm confused. When did we have the FOMC? Today, tomorrow. Let me double check. FOMC meeting minutes. Yes, I see. But from what FOMC? When are they the meeting minutes from? FOMC meeting from 8 from when? Um, You know, it's very weird. I think they're really releasing the data, but it's not. Oh, is it from the meeting of 27th and 28th of January? Okay, it was from FOMC of the. Did we have FOMC on 27th, 28th? That makes sense. Then it's just the okay. 27, 28. The FOMC meeting was on 27, 28th of January. So it's the minutes of that date. Yeah, I think it's all a little bit mixed up because of the. Let me check again. It's 27, 28 January. I think we had those minutes already. I'm really confused date-wise. Yeah, so don't expect too much of the F1C tomorrow. It doesn't give such a big move as 27, 28. Let me check. 28, FOMC statement. Yeah, okay, we have the FOMC statement 28. There we go. Okay, and the FOMC press conference. Yeah, okay, so it's the minutes of the 27, 28. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, well, thanks. I didn't realize that. Thank you, Nathan, for my. I did. I thought I saw the minutes, but I was like, no, I'm reading it incorrectly because we haven't had it, but we did, and it's just the month. It's not in the same month, so that's why it's confusing. Normally they try to do the minutes, or normally the minutes are in the same month. So and now they're not. Okay. So it's not going to give such a. It's not like the normal F1C that you have. Um, I was going pretty hard on focusing on ICT. I had 2 weeks after prioritize was considered sometimes ebbs and flow, but after this week gonna get back. Yeah, sometimes you just life gets in the way and you just don't feel it and you just take a little bit of a break because your brain also doesn't always process it if you are um yeah, I also got very excited, but that's why maybe this move today, I mean now it makes me more excited also about today. We do have news tomorrow, right? Let me check. Um, I thought maybe we're moving this way because of the F1C. Oh gosh, it's so silly, so silly. But we do have news tomorrow. Okay, I like it that we're bouncing off that first. Oh, 2 more minutes. I really hope that we're going to hit that level. I need I need some confidence back for my larger trades. Um, okay, we only have orange for the news tomorrow, but that's okay. And then the day after, unemployment claims, February 19th. I'm still confused with the days because I still think it's just Tuesday today, so um, Thursday and Friday. Yeah, okay. There's a lot to absorb. It's a long process. Just think I'm not afraid to take a few, but yeah, no, it is a lot, and especially if you do it properly. There's, especially people being impatient like myself. You want to do it very fast and everything, and it doesn't work that way. It's just. But hey, listen, if you don't study, it's still good just to watch the market and you journal and also just paper trade a lot and make mistakes, make a lot of mistakes and have losing trades. Your losing trades are the best learning moments because obviously, we don't have all the knowledge. Even though you have a lot of knowledge, you still don't know everything. You know, you'll have a new problem to work on. There's always a new issue to work on. Um, okay, 11:50. Let's see. I'm still. So aiming for Asia highs. I've nearly finished the 2022. Oh, well, good. Well done. 2022 is awesome. And I mean, everything is awesome, but it's just, it gets easier though, because a lot of things are reiterated sometimes, and some things are new. But, at some point you'll make more connections, and it's sort of like, oh, you know what, that is actually, he goes over something, but then it's just, um, you already seen it in a way because you're already gone over the charts without knowing that that's actually there. So it does get easier. Yeah, it's all about not forcing trade. Exactly. And actually there's people that only have done 2022 and they are highly profitable. They don't even look any further. Now I think it's sort of like I want to know everything because if there's more algorithmic signatures that I can look for, I want to know it. But there's people that only trade the 2022 model and they are highly profitable. They just wait and they're patient. It's all about being patient and not forcing anything. Because listen, if you have one model only and you backtest that and you wait for that one model, then and you have a good risk reward, you're profitable already because you have something solid mechanical, and that's only one. um Now I was not I was not patient. I wanted to try everything on with evals and I lost a lot of money because of that. And this year I've been really practicing patience. And also in streams, if I don't feel it, I don't want to even. Yesterday, I didn't even want to put a paper trade on. I was like, oh my God, I just don't feel it. I don't see it. I actually don't. It was really, I had a resentment almost of putting a trade on. It doesn't happen a lot, but I really decided to give into it and not force it because I know if you force it, you get into that loop again. And I had an aversion. I just don't even want to put a paper trade on. And there were good opportunities there, but I still didn't want to do it. Um, so, and also I realized as well, even though you have a solid model and you're profitable, you can have off days and you just don't see anything and you just feel like a headless chicken running around and just everything you do is too late and it doesn't work. Um, and it's part of being a trader. You cannot have all your days. You can't be on your A game every day. I guess it's just not how it works. Okay, now let's see. So today I noticed that a lot of the time the macros they don't really do much in the beginning. We had the same with the 1150, with the 1050. Remember here, we consolidated, and then we had the move. Let's see if we're gonna have the same. If we're gonna do the same, and if it's gonna take out Asia, or is it gonna go lower? I don't know. I think we're still good to go to a little higher. It's gonna be awesome. I'm definitely gonna make a short out of this trade, even though it's a paper trade. I mean, it's still about the setup, right, and the psychology behind it. It's still important. Like, why would you go into a trade? What could I have done better? I mean, even though it's a good trade, it's always like I'm always looking like, okay, you know, the only thing that I could have done better is really entering in this area here. Because even though if I'm convinced and if I wasn't sure, I still should have entered here because my stop loss would have been so little. And this target was already on. I already tried it a couple of times, so I mean it didn't change my TP. That's a ridiculous trade. I mean, imagine putting this on. I would be so proud of myself, and capitalize on it. That would be my best trade ever, I think, if I would have done this. So yeah, just below. What would I have done? I would have put it. No, I would not have done it. I still don't know if I would have. I just have nothing to work off. This is still too much. Oh, look at that. Look where we're going. This is a 10-hour trade. Then from here, from 10 o'clock, and then just below this low. Hey, Zara Trader, see you. It's a insightful day. I'm happy. I'm happy that the trade that we are getting some confidence back in the market, how it moves after the horrible months that we had. Trader, I want to get long, but there was no frame. So Trader Asia, I agree but I'll tell you what I don't know if you were, but I'll tell you why I had confidence in the trade. Even though I admit it wasn't easy, but there were some signatures that were left behind, which I acted upon. But it was a different. I normally also, as a distribution trader, I look for different things, and it wasn't there the way. But um, I'll go. I don't know how long you've been here, but maybe you were here already. But for me, it was the Asia, the wick that we went. So for me, it became clear that this was a Judas move. We were, but I'll tell you in a bit why and then I entered here using this inversion, but my stop was a little bit bigger than I normally anticipated. And now I want this level to be reached. Normally I would have gotten out. I didn't capitalize on the move, by the way. This is just a paper trade. I went on my live account and I just took $100, very small trades in the opening range gap and one little move here. But I just need my confidence back as a distribution trader because it has been hard for me lately. And I just want to see if my analysis works out well. But I'll go over again why I went over, why I entered, and why I thought we weren't going lower anymore. Now, normally, again, I really want to reiterate, I would have taken off my trade here, but because of educational purposes, we're leaving it on to see if this level, because we still have not taken Asia high, and big part of this trade that I framed is because we look at the 15-minute. What did we do with this wick? We wicked into equal highs with Asia. We didn't take Asia high. We also didn't take Asia high in London. So that's why I thought, oh, look at that. And also I used the opening range gap on the 15-minute. So we didn't have this data yet. I thought, that's interesting. We just have to wait. Now, normally when you have an opening range gap like this, but this was for me very, I mean, and this was a level that I've been looking at already for since London. But this wick here, leaving these equal highs, and now we're moving upwards. I would be surprised if we're not going to take out these Asia high now. And also here we have a little bit of a gap that was still, and also here this N walk, we need some buy side. So I really want this. I really hope. Yeah, it's been really hard. I mean, it's not easy, but if I would have been in the trade, I would have taken my trade off here, and I would still had 250 points on this trade. But the best entry should have been here below the 10 a.m. open. But I couldn't. I was really going back and forth. But then again, so another thing that was very important for me was the weekly wick here. I'll show you as well. So it was the Asia high. We wicked into Asia high, and then we had a really fast move to the downside, right? It went really fast. So everybody went short. So I thought, okay, this is the move that everybody's going to go think now. So they took up the longs, and then they make this move to the downside, and then they hovered around this area. And this area, if you look at the weekly here, there are multiple things you can calculate. You can use this weekly, the wick next to it. It was 25% or 75% if you calculate it from the upside to the downside, but also using this wick, also 25%. And I have another calculation. It was the third level here, the first level. So it went here, and we've been acting on the weekly wick exactly on those quadrants, 50%, 75%. So when we touch 25 here, or 75, however you want to. I already thought, okay, we're going to get we need to get a firm reaction from this area. It doesn't make sense if we go lower now. Now it could. So I was a little bit insecure about the move here though. So then I used this inversion just to make sure. Now see what we're doing. We're going lower. So that's why I use this 1 minute inversion. Here. So when we go above it, but I have my stop right below here. So it was quite a large stop actually for me. I try not to go over 40 points, but I could not manage. And even though if I would have used the breaker, it would have been the same. So, and now I already trailed my stop. I'm not trailing my stop higher because I think we could go down all the way here before we might make the move to the upside. I'm leaving it on. I would never leave it on in my live account, guys. I would have taken it off. I'm just leaving it on for educational purposes. Because we still have not taken Asia high. We still have not taken Asia high, so the trade is still valid. Now, the only downside is that if I want buy side through here on a 4-hour candle, we could also do it in the next when 2 a.m. starts, right? So I'm hoping it will do it now, but it could not just consolidate until 2 a.m. and then take it out on the next candle, or not even take it out. I mean, it could leave it maybe for an hour, I don't know. But normally I would have been out already here. I would have taken this daily, weekly open. I would have taken my money and run. Yeah, so, but it's hard to really frame the AMD and just the normal power of 3 and where is the manipulation and what is the distribution and things are a little bit, I mean, it has been really, I don't know, how can we call it? Different or, I mean, we were in higher time frame consolidation, right? So, I mean, it's always hard. A lot of wicks also around us. That also makes it a little bit more challenging sometimes. So let's see. Hi there, where do you have your exit at 24.80.50? Oh, well, I'll tell you. Again, I'll show you on the 15. Where's my 15 here? We didn't take Asia high here. We created this wick. Remember here at the 9:30 open, we did not. We just created. It went up here, and it did not even. It did not take out the highs. It just created an equal triple high. Plus, this is This is a fair value gap that I marked that has a level of importance, and it matches also the 702 level of the full dealing range that I calculated. Because when we were starting, I already had an idea like, okay, what's the max range that we could, the dealing range that we could form. So I already had this range in mind in this area. So it matches up with 702, which is a fair value gap as well that I think has not been retested. Plus, we didn't take out Asia, and we left this wick here. So I believe that this was the that is left for. I hope to be taken out today. So full transparency, this is just a paper trade that is still on. I would have normally taken my trade off here, which would still be 250 points, but for purposes, say for educational purposes, we're leaving it on to see. I want to see also because I journal all my trades, even all my paper trades. What time does it reach my level? What time did it take out this level? Why did it stall here? Or maybe it doesn't even take out this level. It could be. Maybe it's leaving it for tomorrow. You don't know, right? Everything is so manipulated. But we touched this level here, so I still think we are going to take it out. But I just want to see it happen, so I can journal it, or journal the wrong. It doesn't go. I do believe that if it doesn't go, we should have gone already below this first percentage. But let's see. Does it make sense? So multiple confluences. Now the only downside, if you aim for those larger trades, it's only 50 points more. Is it worth the time, right? You have to ask yourself that. You can think, oh my God, I've got a calculation, but if it takes like 2 more hours to get there, is it worth time to take it? So that's also something that if it does do it, is it worth it? Or next time I just frame it, even though I think it might get here, I just frame it up to here. Maybe in the PM session, for example, it might go lower. You take a new trade up to that level, right? So that's something that I'm trying to figure out to get better at. Also, balance your time and your trades better. So don't aim too high. If this is the range maybe for the full day, do you want to have a trade from 10 a.m. to so this is the thing. So Nathan, I want to show the people to start with a small account. If you start with $1,000, you only have one micro. So in that case, I would have only let it run to here. In that case, you can't take a runner on my live account that I will showcase here live from Edge Clear. If you start small, you have to build your buffer, right? So then you don't have a buffer, so you have to get smaller trades. But this trade would have worked out perfectly. I would have gotten out here anyway. But normally, no, this is just this is a paper trade. This is just a paper trade. This is just a paper trade. I didn't capitalize on it. I did not capitalize on this one. I entered here on my live account, and I wanted to edit here, but it was too late, so I thought, and then I traded it. I just had 2 small trades on it, so I made $100 on it. But this will be this is what I will do on my live account because I'm a distribution trader. I take larger trades. But until you are below $2,000, then you can easily trade it up to, when you start with 1,000 or 1,200, it's not difficult with one micro if you capitalize on these moves to bring it to 2,000 very easily, and then from that moment on you can play with two. So I really want to start small to show people as well. Listen, you don't need a lot of money. If you have a prop firm, you make some money, invest it in a live account like I have with EdgeClear, and I really, because of all the issues with the prop firm nowadays, I really want to, I never talked about it, but this is what I've been doing all along. I also trade prop, but I never build buffers. I just, get my, try to pass my eval as fast as possible, take a few payouts, and then I just let the accounts go and I start over again because I don't want, it's just, I don't want any buffers, and it's just, I don't trust it as well. So I just journal everything I'm trading view. I made everything visual. So what I do, for example, here I write down the times. I don't do it now because it's clutter. It just, so obviously I will write down, okay, what was my my analysis to already here look at I already said here I don't believe in the short. I'm long, but I can't take it. I can't take it. I wasn't sure. So what for how I journal is I write down why wasn't I sure here, because my entry as a distribution trader of the 10 o'clock 4-hour candle should have been below the 10 a.m. open, right? That's where you have your best trades and your smallest stop loss. So I will go over and I write that down. Like, okay, what made me doubt the setup? Because in hindsight, it's always very easy, but we learn in hindsight, right? We have to learn in hindsight. And I didn't feel comfortable until this inversion here. So I write down these things. Okay, now I really have to look a little bit deeper. I want some more things that will give me some more information why this would have been the low. The weekly is not enough for me, so I have to dig deeper into that. So it's probably a calculation from something. 1 minute is enough. One micro is enough to make a lot of money. Listen, if you have how many people make $300-400? When you say when you're a distribution trader, you trade the distribution of the candle. So for example, you trade so a candle has open, high, low, close, right? When you say I'm a distribution trader, you want to trade the distribution move of a 4 or 1 hour candle. So I trade these moves. I specifically look for them. So normally you have a clear AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So normally you look for accumulation, which we all don't like, but I like accumulation because normally you get a manipulation. Now actually, if I'm looking at the NQ now, guys, you got your AMD, right? Your accumulation. Now one could say this is the manipulation and this is the distribution then to the downside. But because of this level, I thought, I don't know if this is the manipulation. I think the manipulation is coming. So this is the distribution, right, to the upside. But hey, listen, this is a good move as well, but this was hard to read. But you could also read it like this: accumulation, manipulation, and the distribution to the downside. This one is a little bit shady. But let's see. But I still think we should take Asia high. And Q, come on. What are you doing? Today it was not it was not really as clear as we would like to see it, right? As AMD traders. I mean, you could frame it both ways, right? Manipulation, distribution, or is this the distribution? But manipulation. You wanted to take out, well, actually, Nathan, it was clear in the sense of the manipulation. If you do want you do want a high to be taken. And again, I'm going to say it, this wick did not do any, it just created an equal high. So for me, it wasn't the true manipulation. So that's why I was like, okay, when the move started going down and I saw this wick, I was like, we're going to get another, this is going to be the true Judas. So we're going to take out the low and then we're going to make up, we're going to go back up. Just because you want a manipulation, should take out, you need a sweep. You need a sweep of a high, right? So we didn't get any sweep. We just created an equal high. So this was for me the invalidated the manipulation move, if that makes sense. So then when we started to get this move, I was like, okay, this is now the Judas. But I still wasn't sure. I mean, even though I was like, okay, well, like I said, I didn't enter it until we got the inversion here. Normally, if I have my good distribution trades, I get in between below the open price. This would be my entry, and I tend to be pretty. I am able to do that quite a bit, or I was able to do that quite a bit, but I just couldn't do it today. But hey, listen. Journal. Write things down. Write time is so important as well. Time also gave you some clarity, right? It doesn't do certain things at a certain time. It also helps you build your narrative or frames. For me, it was like, okay, I'm long bias. I have a long bias, but what's going to invalidate it? What's going to and the more, and then okay, it goes up, but then yeah, where I'm going to enter, I still don't know, right? I still don't have a proper entry. But my narrative got stronger and stronger here. And then I had to wait for this here, and then with this stop, which was still a little bit too big, but we'll see. I don't know how long I want to wait for this bloody trade. I'm afraid it's not gonna do it into the AM PM session. I wonder makes money of 9:20 email. Oh, everything works. I mean, it all works, I guess. But yeah, I mean, when you become a discretionary trader without, you can still, I guess, a lot of people also have at some point they have the experience, and it does always go back to the EMAs, right? I mean, it does work in a way, I guess, but you still need more data, I think. But hey, I mean, he blows up a lot of accounts as well, right? I think he's very open about it. And I think they make a lot of money of subscriptions and stuff like that as well. And pushing prop firm codes. Hey, listen, you won't see any prop firm codes on my. The only thing that I will push now is my broker, because we got a good contract, and for non-U.S. citizens, also a good deal on commissions, and because I use them, and I think it's a good thing for people to build their own account next to prop firms, considering everything what's going on, right? So I feel okay with that. Hey, Avneet, how are you doing? How's it going? Okay, gotcha. So, okay. Yeah, so would we, Okay, 20%. So what I managed to negotiate, I'm just reading what it's an American company, so I have to be very careful what I can share and not share. I can offer, because of the deal that we have, 20% lower on minis, on fees, on commissions, and 10% on micro. So that's a good deal. And the more numbers I get, the more I can negotiate. So yeah, so that's, I think, is a good thing. I can really do something for my community, right? So that feels for me better than pushing prop firms. You know, how did I get to talk about that? I can't remember. But anyway, oh, I was talking about, I won't use any prop firms, but I'm pushing the EdgeClear account. Yes, okay. That's the reason why, guys, because for non-US citizens like myself, I have negotiated good commissions. So, and I want everybody to have their own account as well, because it's better in the long term. But you have to have good risk. You have to have good risk management. You don't want to overtrade. You have to be very, very strict. Like today, I did not do any. Yes, exactly. And you know what I like about the prop firm, the own account, you can build it slowly, because just see it as something you're going to build slowly, and you're not worried about the buffer, because you don't have to worry if they're going to change the rules on you. And I really want to showcase that. Hey, and I might even blow my account. Hey, I might be very ashamed if it happens. But that means I didn't trade. But I don't think I will do that. But you never know. I could, something weird could happen. Do you usually use 12 a.m. or 8:30 a.m.? What do you mean, usually? I actually use 8:30, or 8:30 is a very important time for me anyway. A lot of times are important to me. But actually 12 a.m., 12:02 is actually a very important time for me as well. I always look at where's 12:02, what are we doing right now? Where is 12:02? 12:02 is exactly in this fair value gap. So the moment we go down and we go above it, I know we might we might go up very quickly. But why, what is it, 12 a.m. or? It's not or, it's both. Would you consider, Jeremy, hold on, I've got some more notes what the date you put in? What the date you put in? I don't understand the questions of the date. Would you consider 24,920, because I think it would go there. Well, listen, in all honesty, I thought this level would have been hit sooner, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do go higher. But then I have to go back to the drawing board, to be honest, especially if we do go higher in the afternoon. Yeah, then I guess. But hey, I just don't hope they're going to leave Asia for tomorrow. But 920. I'm just wondering if today's range. Let me have a look. Dealing range, 920. I think I don't know. I think we might just. I think that might be. Yeah. So the only thing that I think that could happen now, if we go, you see, we're going lower now, right? That this is going to be the afternoon move, and then I don't know if we're going to go much higher. I wonder. I think maybe this is the range for today. To here, maybe we could go higher, but if we go down a lot now. 1222. See, that's why normally you just want to take your money and you run, right? You don't want to stay too long. My most profitable trade, I had a gold trade. I made a video on that one. That was 170 points on gold, micro gold, I must say. And I think 150 points. I think I'd have a few. I had a few trades on NQ between 150 and 200. But I started to do that this year. Actually, I got better at that. It's something that I really. So when I started to trade prop, I got a warning message that my trades were too short. And then I really focus, okay, now I'm fed up with that. I just want to have the distribute. I'm going to focus on distribution trades. So really, and especially the 4-hour candle. And I must say, honestly, it hasn't been that good last few months though. But when I started to stream, I was actually that was mainly my trade setups, so larger trades, yes. But with streams, I do want to focus also on smaller trades, but I find it hard every time. Every time I fall back onto those larger moves. But the thing is that I don't, here for those 50 points, or actually it's a little bit more, 70 points. I don't know if I want to wait that long. I might leave a runner and then, just I want to figure out, okay, where can I trail my stop to? Then it's still safe and I don't lose too much money on it, and then leave a runner, or just take the money and run. I mean, enough is enough. I mean, here, look. I mean, this is an awesome. This is 250 points. On an eval, I would have passed an eval in one, and I also trade prop firms, and I would have, most likely traded both prop firm and most likely with a mini, and my live account with a micro then. So then this would have been on a mini, and then the other, my live account micro, things like that. So but let's just hope that we are going to get more most profitable macro. A good question, by the way. Well, it's not the one that is most profitable, but the one that my best trades normally are, for my distribution trades, are between, that is a 10 a.m. Candle, but that's more because sometimes I just don't look at the 6 o'clock. In London, the 2 a.m. I already start looking into it, but I must say, it's harder for the 2 a.m. to initiate. Normally, it's I guess well, I guess the 350 to 410 macro in London is my favorite macro, to be honest. But so I don't capitalize as much on the 2 a.m. full distribution move as much as I do on the 10 a.m. But I am looking into that. But I also like the two. I mean, it depends on all the macros, how they work in conjunction with each other. If one doesn't do anything, you look at the other one, the next one. And what I do a lot in London, I always mark the 150 to 210 macro. And that macro gives me a lot of information all the time for the rest of the London session. Yeah, I mean, so it's not really specifically but I do, if the 350 to 410 delivers, it delivers the best I found in London. And if it doesn't deliver during the macro, then after 410 you get the move most likely. So the midnight candle, yeah, we love midnight as well. But I don't, you know what, Fox Server, what I don't like about midnight, when in London we are hanging around midnight too much. So, hey David, my trade is still on. I actually did take a trade, David, I took the opening range gap trade, this one on my live account, a very short trade. I took 2 trades on my live account, but I didn't capitalize on this move. I'm a little bit rusty on my distribution trades because the market hasn't been given too much. So it's like starting to Yeah, and sometimes it's really tough. But you know, we have some good trades as well in London, but they're not as large. Well, they can be large, but I actually had my best gold trade that was in London actually. Though I've got it on my. I made a recap of it. I think that was London. Um, you know, and sometimes all the trades, the best trades are in Asia, and then I'm sleeping. You know, it doesn't do anything in New York, and then it gives a good move during Asia, and then like, oh shit, yeah, there we go. But I'm still curious. I want to see if it goes to that level. I want to see at what time it's going to take Asia high. I don't think it's going to leave Asia high for tomorrow. What do you guys think? I mean, if it wicks into it like this, look, it's just the manipulation. Oh, it's not the manipulation. It was just creating another equal triple high here. It's not going to leave it today. Are you, NQ? Are you? No, look, it's very bullish still. It still looks very bullish. It's still very bullish. There we go. Now, have you tried? Well, have you tried 1 hour distribution? Yeah, I've been looking into it, but I just, you know, you can always go back, but I always, I tend to fall back on the 4 hour distribution. It's just something I got used to. But I think 1 hour is actually better because then you have your, you know, I would not have taken this trade up to here. This is just putting yourself into a position that you either lose a lot of time, but 1 hour distribution, yeah, I think it's nothing wrong with that. I do look a lot at the 1 hour candle. So the 1 hour distribution would have given us this trade, right? So there's nothing, so that's actually perfect. So the 1 hour distribution using the N walk would have been this trade, and the 4 hour distribution is most likely this. But like I said, it might not do it in this 4 hour, and we might get a consolidation, and then at 2 o'clock you get the new 4 hour, and then it takes out this high, and then it goes back into the range. Maybe could be. So I'm actually banking on the idea that the 4 hour distribution of this candle might do it, but it doesn't have to. It could finalize the move in the next 4 hour candle. And then I'm looking and I'm using the logic of this 4 hour N walk that we still need buy side here, right? Because you see, we lack buy side, but we don't have to give. It's not this candle that has to give it. Could be the next one if we want buy side today. So I think it's playing around. I guess Nathan is like I'm playing around with them, but I guess if I play the 4 hour distribution, it still ends up sometimes like today. If I would have taken this here, it still ends up being the 1 hour distribution, right? I'm from the Netherlands, but I live in South Africa. So I'm in South Africa right now. I'm a digital nomad. I'm a nomad. Yes. I've been averaging 6 to 15 points per trade, but overall green with a hard stop loss at 11 points. So that means you are, David, if you have a minus R to R, will you be able to maybe find trades where you have yeah, like if you get a 2R trade, you know, you can afford to lose a couple of times and still be profitable. But if you have a minus R to R, if your stop loss is minus 11 and you have 6 points, it's minus 2R trade. Now if you have 15, it's you gain a few, but it's a little bit risky, I would say. I mean, if it were, I know people that have 1-to-1s and they do well, but it just depends on your trading style. But if you would start out, I would recommend to have a little bit better risk reward to be able to have a couple of losing trades and still be, you know, that one winning trade gives you permits you to have one or two losing trades, right? That's what you want to get to. So yeah, I would not. Well, I don't know if you're profitable or if you have a system that works for you, but if not, I would rather work towards a, you know, like I always try to. We haven't had them, by the way, the breaker retest, right? If I show the breaker, it always gives a 2R trade, and the risk reward is always 2R because it's very mechanical, and they work 80% of the time. We haven't had them as much, but I always try to show them to people. Like, you know, you have like 10 to 20 points, sometimes even more. But if you have like the breaker retest, and then you always calculate the full breaker, the 2R, your stop goes below the breaker, and you calculate the 2R from the breaker. It doesn't matter where you enter, because sometimes you have a better entry, but you want to calculate the calculation has to be the same always. And yes, you will have a better entry. Your R2R gets better, but just to calculate the 2R, and then you always have your 2R trade because you make it very mechanical. But I would try to avoid the minus R in the beginning. I know ICT actually said it doesn't matter. You can also have a 1R trade, but I wouldn't go minus if that's something that is. Then I would really try to work on your on better executions. I would say so, if that makes sense. And especially on yeah, no, it's not going to hit my target. It's 12:35. I mean, it's gonna, you know, it's most likely going to wait until the afternoon session. I totally agree. It's gonna, well, it's gonna most likely go into this fair value gap here. Um, I wouldn't be surprised for that. So I think I'm gonna leave it on. Well, David, I mean, if you want to go over your setup, I mean, maybe, you know, you're in the Discord, right? Maybe we can I think the risk reward just has to get a little bit better, and then it will allow you to have a little bit more room for error, and it will give you also less, I would think, less stress maybe in a trade. But yeah, if you want to share your risk reward or your trades, how you frame them, maybe we can help to get that to one, at least to 2R minimum, or maybe 1R, just not a minus R. I think it's already an improvement. It's not a minus R. So I think that will be already an improvement. But yeah, you know where to find me in the Discord. And then maybe make it more mechanical, because I think if you have, you know, there's nothing wrong with 6 to 15 points. That's awesome. But then maybe it has to be maybe a different time, or maybe using a macro, or maybe just make it more, just try to have I guess 5 stops, 5 to 10 max, but then it has to be a 15 point win. But yeah, let me know if I can help you with that, or anyone else in the Discord. I mean, we've got a very good bunch of people there with a lot of knowledge, and I'm sure the people that are there are very. We've got some very profitable traders that have good risk reward management. Hey, I can learn from them as well. But anyway, yeah. Do you believe that the market presents opportunities every hour? I'm sure it does, but I don't trade well in chop, in accumulation. Yeah, it's just I don't like range trading. People can scalp it and they're very good at it, but I don't like it too much. But I think there is opportunity. ICT says you can frame a trade every hour, right? Because every hourly candle has an open, high, low, close, right? So technically, if you look at the candle, if you look at it from a OHLC perspective, you can trade every hourly candle, every 15-minute candle. Everything's fractal, right? So, I mean, and you know most candles also retrace at the end, like if you have like the distribution, um, you know, once you have the low is in, it takes out a low, you can trade. Well, they're very small trades though then, but let's say you have the low in here and you can, where is that? It goes back into the open, or to the yeah, to the close. You can use your TGIF logic here as well. Go back into the range 20%, but then you have to calculate every candle. No, not every candle does 20 to 40%. Yeah, the 90 minutes. I think there is logic to the 90-minute cycle. 369, 90 minutes. I all believe in it, and I think it's just something you need to study. I'm not too. I believe in it, and I do look at the 90 minutes a lot. And quarterly. I mean, quarterly theory is as a distribution trader, the hardest thing is to figure out the intraday bias. You'll get better at it. You just have to, you know, every day you just go over the charts, and every week you start with the week and you go over the weekly bias first. Even the monthly, I go over the monthly bias as well. And we're mid-month, I always look, okay, where are we at? That will help you a lot. So let's have a look at the monthly. Now, if you look at the monthly, right? Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of everything. We've got 2 more weeks to go, right? No. So when I looked at the beginning of the month, we were here or we're here. So I was like, okay, we're going to get some down movement because we're already going down. And I guess, when did we take out this high? But, you know, it always helps when you look at those large wicks and you, oh, those are my, don't look at those guys or you'll get epileptic. I use those levels as well a lot, but that's on a screen that you guys don't see. You guys will go nuts when you see me do those things. Here we go. Now, and you see this wick, if you start going down, you want to look at the, okay, where are we? I used to do that with the weekly wick as well. Now, obviously, we went all the way down here, but there's another one here as well that you can use. You see here, we hit exactly 50%. I believe that was last week. And we went exactly up from that. So I believe that was last week. Let's have a look, because I believe that was last week's trade. Because I remember that I said, oh, we hit the monthly 50%. So from that moment on, I was bullish for a while. 242, let me see. I'll go to the 4 hour here. No, this goes up. Here, 242. Yeah, see, that was exactly here. So when we hit this level, for me, it was not difficult to be bullish for the rest of the week and the beginning of this week here until we were in this fair value gap, right? So then we consolidated here, and this was where I was struggling a lot, because yeah, what you're gonna do? You know, you're here in this fair value gap, but you know, you hit the 50%. So we still didn't go back into this 50% of that wick, but I know that this is 50% the monthly wick. So The moment we start going lower and we go below it, then we know we're going to go to the monthly low, right? So then it's not very hard to stay bearish. But as long as we are above this wick, it's a little bit difficult to really, you really want to, this little SIBI to be, oh, look at that. It's actually a nice one, this. I didn't even see that properly. Let's mark this one here. Fair value gap, but. Oh, candles went already below it, but we go back up into it. It's confusing. Anyway. But so the point I want to make is that you use the high time frame in order to see, okay, where are we on the monthly, where are we on the weekly, what can the daily do to stay in line with those two, right? The daily and the weekly and the monthly as well. Now, the moment you hit the 50% of a monthly, like on the weekly as well, you get a reaction to the other, back to the upside. Now, it doesn't have to be that long, but like today, we hit a quarter level here. That's why I was sort of like, you know what? We might go up now because we hit one of those quadrants. But in all honesty, I did not know, I was still not sure about the direction. So like for days like this, I just use those higher time frame levels to make my buys, and during the day it has to be flexible, because I was also like, okay, what are we going to do now? I did my pre-market prep, and I did say I'm actually bullish up to here, but when we started running up, I thought, okay, we're going to run all the way up, but we did not. We went all the way. We had the Judas, and then we went up, and now we're going back down again, right? So it's sort of like you have to adapt sometimes during the day, but you do that with help of the higher time frame. I think it's impossible to make your buys without the higher time frame, and especially Mondays, Sunday and Mondays, I go over the weekly, monthly, and especially beginning of the month, and also mid of the month I look at the monthly. I look at the weekly on Thursday. Actually, on Wednesday, I already start looking at the weekly again, because I use the weekly ranges of where are we in the weekly range to identify, are we going to get a TGIF, or what are we doing in regards to the weekly range. I already look at the weekly range on Wednesday again. I start looking at it and really look at the percentages of the weekly range. And Thursday and Friday always. I use them very extensively. But sometimes it's really difficult to get your you get like you just have to adjust during the day as well. Oh, you get a note that we're going lower. I wonder if we're gonna go lower in the sense of, are we gonna hang out in this fair value gap, or are we gonna take out my stop? What time is it? 12:46. Yeah, it's very early. Yeah, so I said it would go here, but I don't want it to go lower though. It could go lower to this. I should do it lower than this fair value gap, because we could go into this fair value gap here. Yeah. Yeah, but your intraday bias should be is linked to your daily bias, right? Because you want to know you want to understand the daily candle, the 4-hour candle, and the daily candle consists of so many 4-hour candles. So you want to have your daily bias. It's important to have a daily bias, because that makes it easier to get your distribution moves of the of your larger frame candles, right? So. Okay, let me quickly, I want to see how much this is. Are you in a short? Did you take the short? He's balanced. No, I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna leave it here, guys, because I don't want to. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna go up here later today. Or well, maybe not. Maybe he's gonna leave the Asia high, but um, um, I'm not taking anything in my windows. Yeah. Hey, good morning, solo trade. Good morning. Is it morning for you? Where are you from? Um, I don't know if it's gonna go lower now. 1249, 150. Um, yeah, it might go all the way to this, my favorite fair value gap that I marked. Um, 246 will not pass ES. 24612. 24612 will not pass ES. Oh, I haven't even looked at ES. Thanks for reminding me. 15 looks ugly though, but well, the question is it going to take out Asia? What did ES do? ES actually did take out Asia. You see that? I didn't even notice that. Now ES took out Asia with wicks, but it did not take it out with bodies, and Q did not take it out at all. Hmm. So technically we can say we had S&T here on those levels. So they're gonna leave it. They're gonna leave Asia. It could. But anyway, guys, I still need to make some dinner, so I'm gonna leave it here. Um, again, I would not have let this trade. I would have taken my trade off here. It would still be 250 points. I like how price has been moving. At least it's a little bit better than we have seen before. So it's good. Now, the question is, are we going to go back up? We could go all the way up here and be all the way down. Now, this you never want to. I mean, I would never leave a runner. I would rather get out and get back in. Go back up behind the laptop, and it's literally almost at the same spot. I would just re-enter in a totally new trade. If I would still be convinced in this level, I would not wait. So what time did we hit this level? 11. Yeah, after the macro here, 11, 13, 12, 11, 12. I would have gotten out it all, but yeah. So yeah, I'm hungry. I'm actually I'm really hungry. I need to eat. I don't feel like it's late already here. What time is it? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Do you know where? Oh, here's my phone. Pam, pam, pam. Oh, it's almost 8 o'clock. Does it makes sense why I'm hungry? Okay, any questions, guys, before I leave you? Yeah, I'm contemplating to take this a little bit lower because I just think it might retest this fair value gap and then go back if it goes back up. Because we're in a macro now. See, this is the breaker. It's using the breaker, and this is the full breaker. And I believe we're gonna go. So I should just leave it. I normally I don't. This for I don't want to be stopped out. So I'll do it here. If it goes back up, I don't want to re-enter. I just want to leave it and journal it as it is at the times. Now, I must be honest, I thought we would have this level already reached before now, but so this is inversion. We did not retest it. It could go all the way back to my entry. We'll see. We'll see. Resistance is holding strong 612. Yeah, you keep saying 612, right? I've got a level here as well. Is that 612? Oh, I've got this level here. 830 level. Yeah, but they're creating equal lows. I don't like it. But we'll see. I mean, J double 007. Listen. This is a paper trade that I took, and I took it up to here. I hoped it was going there. I wouldn't be in this trade anymore. I would never let it get back. It was just more to see when it goes. It doesn't take out Asia high, but I forgot to look at ES, and I think that was the S&T. So I wonder if we are. Now I didn't take out the bodies here on ES. But it was S&T. But then again, it could be the S&T just for the move now and then go back up, right? I still think we should take out Asia high on ES on NQ. But hey, listen. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, no spamming. Spamming will ban you. Spamming will ban you, even if it's nice. Okay, guys, I'm gonna make some. I need to eat, otherwise I'm getting annoyed if I don't have food. And no questions? I might take the trade in the PM session if I'm on time. If it goes back up, if I can frame a good trade, I might take it on my account. We'll see. But this, my belly needs to be filled up. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Those that I trade with in London, I'll see you guys in London, and for everyone else, I'll see you either in New York or in the Discord. Thank you so much again for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon again. Have a nice evening or day, and be careful with trading. Only A+ setups. Good risk reward. Ciao, ciao.